Sorry about that, guys. Welcome back. It's Mystar back with another freaking video. Here to show you how to be a Mystar of your everyday, day-to-day things, okay? Second house Taurus type shit. And today I wanted to do an intro and freestyle because that's the vibe I'm feeling. No.
We gotta streamline these ideas. We need Grammarly.
Now that is it, guys. I don't want to get that free promo out in this bitch. But yeah, that is the intro. Yeah. How did I like it? No, I don't care. I mean, if you want to give me feedback, that'd be cool actually. That might be a little bit cool. So, when it comes to today's reading, as you can tell from the title, what does your mind have in store for you? And I wrote you like that because it's like, it's like you. We're putting an emphasis on the you. So what do you have in store for you? What are you serving you today? Are you serving dinner, breakfast, lunch, or are you serving some sloppy ass thing from the trash can that you tried to excuse yourself as it was a meal, but in actuality, deep down, you're just fulfilling your desires because that looks like a big ass Big Mac in that trash can. And in actuality, honey, that's a piece of shit. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about a trash can physically. I'm not talking about an actual physical Big Mac, although it might develop into those actions. But at the end of the day, I'm talking about your mentality. What are you consuming on a day-to-day basis? AKA, what are you receiving? What are you paying attention to in your reality? Is it bullshit or is it cool shit? Is it drill shit or is it school shit? Are you learning it or are you motherfucking just earning shit? Like, what are you doing? And that'll help to show you all the different things that you'll be dealing with when it comes to what does your mind have in store for you, because your mentality bends into your physical experiences, bitch. So what do you think is going to happen? If you've been consuming bullshit on a day-to-day basis, you're going to be experiencing bullshit, and you're going to be spitting bullshit, and you think that you're spitting some true shit, but in actuality you're just spitting some bullshit. So, and that's why people get lost, you know, because they think they're spitting some good shit, but they be paying so much attention to bullshit. So how do you expect to spit some good shit if you're just consuming on a day-to-day basis bullshit? Whoa! Any messages or guides for these bitches? Don't mind the noise in the background. I'm sharing a room currently, and trying to be about the fact that we you know, because I don't want to be limiting people, you know. That's beside the point. That's my business, not yours. All about opening up the different avenues. You know what? And if you have a problem with the fact that I have sound in the back of my video, then you know you can click off. But at the end of the day, I decided that it was going to happen regardless. You know, obviously I asked people, you know, be quiet, but some people, you know, sometimes you just can't control every single action that people do, and that's not a big deal. Sorry, I'm just saying this card that freaking dropped. So came out in reverse. It's the moon in reverse. Loves. What does your mind have in store for you? The moon in reverse. So you are either in that reverse position of the moon. You're feeling opposite. You're feeling different. How you normally feel. You may be feeling more positive than you normally feel. You may be feeling more negative than you normally feel, depending on what side of the spectrum you're on, bitch. So, also, could be some secretive energy, or could be you uncovering, like, because the moon is all about what's hidden, what's behind the scenes. And actually, we just came out of Taurus moon and Scorpio sun, which was about revealing or bringing what you think is supposed to be in the dark, it comes to light. Because with Taurus is it's the opposite of Scorpio, and Scorpio is the 8th house, right? So that's all about secrets, transformation, death, those kind of stuff. Sex is also one of them, but not sex how you're thinking it. Sex is just the joining of two different energies to create another energy, right? So if you bring two different thoughts, two different thought and a feeling together in order to create a new thought and a feeling, that's a form of sex. But anyways, the moon in reverse, this is talking about you bringing things out from the dark, or things are coming out from the dark in general. This is what your mind has in store for you, love. So you may be seeing the little inklings, the little remnants of these things happening, slowly starting to see things uncover themselves. Things that you're not really, maybe not even trying to uncover, are starting to uncover themselves on a day-to-day basis, which is, you know, it can be trialing for some, and it can be liberating for others. So it depends how you view it too. It's all about your perspective. But when it comes to Scorpio and Taurus, you know, obviously if Taurus is the opposite of Scorpio, and if the moon is in Taurus, and the moon is about the things that are behind the scene, Taurus is just going to bring all of that moon energy to the forefront. And then with the Scorpio being in the sun, aka, you know, Scorpio being that 8th house behind the scenes energy, and it's on the sun, which is about externalizing, expressing, like action. So all your actions is going to be all of that behind the scenes stuff. It's going to be expressed through your actions, and it's going to be expressed through other people's actions. So you're going to be able to see people's true colors. But that's more the past transit that we came out of. Now we're in Gemini moon, so we're going to be talking and communicating and thinking and about these things. So you may as well, during Gemini moon, you may think that you know how people feel, but remember Gemini is an air sign, so you're thinking about, you know, how people feel. And people don't think when they feel, they just feel. Okay, so remember that, and don't think too deep into a hole. As well, you can overthink yourself into being more emotional, or overthink yourself into thinking you know how someone is going to react to something, but you don't know at the end of the day. And you know, transform that, use that Scorpio sun, transform your actions so it doesn't align with that energy of overthinking, with the Gemini type shit, you know? So you gotta be mindful of all that kind of stuff too, mate. And yeah, keep it chin up, keep it chin up. Any messages or guidance on what else you guys mind has in store for you? Yo. The Hierophant. So we've got some stability, consistency, some form of routine. Now, if this is on the lower octave, or not even negative, I wouldn't say, but if this is on the lower octave end, or if you're on the opposite end of being consistent, this is coming to form as stubbornness. So you may be stubborn and stuck in your ways, rigid like this tree, you know. So you may be wanting to like kind of hold on to something. Or, you know, if you're on the other end, you may just be like holding on and being consistent with that energy of bringing things out from the behind the scenes work. So you're really consistent with your ability to bring things out of the darkness. And so that's like giving like shadow work, it's giving shadow work energy, it's giving working on herself, you know, like all that kind of good shit. Okay, so then we've got the star here, so you're focusing on your associations, who you associate with as well. Like you're looking towards like how you want your star to be, how you want your individual expression to be, how you want to like put your unique original self out into the world, how you want to develop this like bringing things to the light and this consistent energy into that star where you're able to portray a unique individual version of yourself and walk in your own footsteps and not follow the crowd. You know, you're associating with more stuff that's with your individuality, or you're just disassociating with the things that's blocking your ability to be more consistent and to bring things out of the forefront. Okay, so messages or guidance on what you guys need to separate from loves. So we have the High Priestess in reverse. So High Priestess in reverse can sometimes be like secrets and stuff like that. It's like also just like maybe not trusting your intuition. So not trusting your gut and basically not being able to see what's going on behind the scenes. Because the moon is also behind the scene, High Priestess is behind the scenes, intuitive kind of feminine energy, and if both of them in reverse, this could point to you not being able to take heed to what's going on behind the scenes. So you may be ignoring what your intuition is telling you. You may be ignoring what life is trying to show you on a day-to-day basis. You've got one expectation, oh, things are going to play out this way. But life shows you time and time again what's been going on. And you would rather look at what's externally happening, aka this person saying, I love you, or I'm there for you, rather than looking at the actions, aka the behind the scenes, the subtle subconscious body language movements, the characteristics of them, you know what I mean? Because the actions is more external, but when we're talking about behind the scenes, that's like the certain characteristics, the certain vibe, the certain energy, the certain way you pushes to your face, bitch. And what do they say? They say I love you. But you know, behind the scenes, what does it really mean? So what else do you guys need to separate from? Three of Cups and the Emperor. So you may need to separate from some kind of celebration. You may be overly celebrating or overly having fun with something. Or there may be like a sense of community or a connection or a togetherness. Three of Cups that you're in, like a soul type shit. That you know this person may be holding you back or blocking you from achieving your purpose or going towards your goals, passions, etc., etc. And when, you know, that person's blocking you, you may be justifying it and saying, oh, this person, like, you know, I love them and they're a part of my personal life, they're a part of my personal, like, blah, 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 whatever the case may be, they're a part of some kind of personal thing that you've got going on, which is stopping you from actually going for some other personal thing that you know is more passionate and more beneficial for you in the long run. So you may need to separate, and that's not saying, oh, cut them off or burn bridges. No, you just may need to delegate your time off sufficiently so that you have more time for what you actually know is going to benefit you in the long run, and less time for something that you know is just going to take you down another rabbit hole of rah, 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 you know, and rah, rah, rah doesn't lead you anywhere, honey. You know, you can ha-ha, you can kiki, you can kaka, and you can rah-rah as much as you want. But there's a certain point where ha-haing, kikiing, and kakaing needs to be like slowed down a little bit, you know. It's not all fun and games, but life is also about enjoying life. But, you know, are you enjoying yourself at the expense of building your life? That's where it gets, you know, kind of like you need to sort of be aware of that energy, be aware of it, and you'll be great. You'll be great. So, when it comes to right now, I'm gonna check my live, and I'm gonna share her. Oh, we have one person watching. It's probably me. So we just shared her live. Now, back to the writing. So yeah, when it comes to all those together kind of energies, you may need to be less together, be less community, be less haha, and more, you know, he, aka more bringing something to your reality for you to see, you know, what can you see in front of you, and what do you want to be? Do you want to be a haha, or do you want to be the best you can be? You know, maybe funny, but that's real shit. So we also have the Emperor. The Emperor is talking about that Aries kind of energy, that leadership kind of energy, that trailblazer, that first instinct. That's what I think of when I think of Aries. That first instinct, the first impulse. That's what really benefits Aries. And also, it's about developing or initiating your own way of seeing and feeling about the world, right? So you may need to step out of that energy and be more in your Libra energy, be more relatable, go out and start to develop kind of relationships and connections in your life that will allow you to develop and build on this Emperor energy, build on your individuality, build on your like ability to be able to act fast on something, or to be a trailblazer. So when you're able to kind of jump more into that Libra energy, that's being more relatable and less individualistic, okay? That's taking a little bit more time to think logically and plan ahead, develop like a business plan type thing, rather than to just like go straight into something, you know what I mean? So Libra is kind of like more of that energy of that businessman, that business savvy person that, you know, you're able to like to organize and strategize the right meetings, the right people, the right things, and the right places for you to be in order for you to be in alignment with your purpose and your goals, life. Alright, so that's more of that energy you need to jump into. Less of that Aries energy, more of that Libra energy. Right, I just dropped more cards. Clumsy, madamsy, you may be clumsy. Or you may be noticing yourself. Last time. You may be clumsy, or you may be noticing yourself being more like all over the place, more clumsy than normal. You know, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you're not clumsy, then fucking do take that on, love. I don't want you to. So yeah, let's crack open a window. Now, any massage you. Any massages? We got 3 cards. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. A new start is coming, and nothing is yet set in stone. Okay, so you need to balance that practical mindset. You may be too practical, too much making sense out of shit. Alright, too much of that Taurus energy, you know, too much consistency. And so you need to balance that spiritual side of yourself. Be more receptive. Again, that ties into what I was saying before with the High Priestess in reverse and the Moon in reverse. Okay, so just talking about tapping more into your right brain side of things, your yin aspect, where you're like seeing more behind the scenes. Sorry, don't mind me facing this way, guys. It's just more comfortable. behind the scenes because of the chair that I'm sitting on. It's freaking weird, like, position. But you know what? I should probably move it. Actually, that's all right. Next time, next time, next time. So yeah, when it comes to all that energy, you need to bring more of that spiritual aspect. And what is spiritual even? It's about like reading behind the scenes. It's about like having trust in, or not even having trust. It's about developing or creating your thoughts and feelings rather than allowing the external to create your thoughts and feelings for you. It's about like letting go. Again, nothing is set in stone. It's about letting go of expectations, being open to the possibilities, like being free in the mind, like not encaging yourself into limitations, doing your shadow work, taking care of your internal selves, because it all starts within. So when you're tapped into your spirituality more, or you're balancing your spirituality, you're able to balance the shadow work aspect of yourself, your ability to build and craft your mind into the right mind state that you want to develop for yourself in order for you to be able to create a new start. So that's all that spiritual kind of energy you need to balance with that practical energy. Don't just allow the external to like make you think a certain way, to make you act a certain way, or to make you get an excuse on why you're a certain way. No, bitch. At the end of the day, you have the power. And if you keep saying that, oh, this is happening to me, and this is why I can't do this, and this is why I can't do that, and honey, you're giving your power away, and you're weak. I'm here to tell you that's a form of weakness, and it's just coming from a place of love and experience too. That's a form of weakness, and the quicker you can deal with that weakness, the quicker you can move on to bigger and better things. But if you stay in that form of weakness, you know, you're only going to be so strong as uh the weakest link or whatever. Like, I don't know why that came to my head, but it makes sense. Like, sort of. Like, it's like you're only going to be strong as the weakest link because you're still in a weak world. Regardless if you're the strongest one within that weak world, you're still within that weak world. So once you expand out of that weak world, you develop new levels of strength, new heights of strength, new devils, new challenges, like whatever it may be. Any messages or good dance for anybody who what you guys need to kind of cultivate, build on, fixate, mutate. No, that's more mutable. Adjustments are required, so you need to adjust something. Like, what do you guys need to adjust? That's like, this card kind of picked it up, but I don't know. It was a Libra card, but I don't know. So you may need to adjust your some form of balance, or the way you relate to the external world, the way you're relating to certain situations, people, places, and things in your life. A fiery climax. Yeah, just focus on adjusting that Aries energy, adjusting your impulse, adjusting your ego as well, because Aries can be egotistical. That's one of the first lessons an Aries must learn. So adjust that ego, adjust your desires as well, your determination, your passion, your anger, your Mars energy, because we have Aries and Scorpio here. It's time to release negativity. So you need to adjust your mind state so that you're not so negative. You're not so like deep in that root chakra energy, that Mars kind of energy, right? You know, like it's all fun and good dandy to be determined. It's all fun and dandy to have that like passion for shit, but like when you delve too deep into that chakra, you will not be able to fulfill any other chakra, and you'll just be lost into that chakra. And you'll think that you are not lost. You'll think you're the brightest thing in the world, thinking that you're so bomb ass, bitch ass, hot ass shit. When in actuality, everybody looks at you from the outside looking in, and all they can see is a bag of shit. And you think you're the shit, but that was the part where you got lost a lot, because you ain't shit. You're no thing. You are space within space, okay? This is why you're space, okay? You're no thing. Your ability to be aware, and because, you know, someone may not be next to you, but they would say to you that they need space. And this is them referring to the fact that they are no thing. You are not the mind, you are not the body, you are not your thoughts, you are not your feelings, you are no thing, okay? So once you tap more into that energy and you realize that you ain't shit, then you can actually start to make shit that is better, aka make things, make thoughts, make feelings, make experiences, make a life that is better and is not in line with you aligning yourself with a bag of shit. Another card dropped. I said it wouldn't, but it did. You're very close to achieving your goal now. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that bloody means? You're very close to achieving your goal. It's kind of self-explanatory. I mean, like, what else would it mean? Are you asking me? No jokes. No jokes. No jokes. No jokes. Oh, I dropped it again. It's alright, I can see it from here. But it's alright, that card wasn't part of the deck anyway, because I wasn't even asking a question yet. It just jumped out of its own volition, so, you know, that's not for me. Not for you either. Any messages or guidance to... Any messages or guidance to help those with their mentality? Be bold and make the first move. So, you know, be more confident, be more sure of yourself. That's probably tying into the ego thing. And you may be thinking, how can I have an ego but I can't be confident? Having a big head, having an ego comes from a lack of confidence. So don't ever think that having a big ego is because someone's actually genuinely confident. No, that's because they have a lack of confidence. When I was in school and I had a big head myself, that was a lack of confidence. I was trying to overcompensate for having a lack of confidence, and in that way I would convince myself that I was confident, that I did have a big ego, that I was all that, like I was saying before, like I was the shit. But, you know, now I'm older, I realize, no, you ain't the shit. You ain't shit. You're no thing, bitch. Prosperity lies ahead, love. Prosperity. So, you know, the more you work on this kind of stuff, the more you separate from that practical mindset, the more you see things from a behind the scenes realm, do your shadow work, create the reality you want through your thoughts and your feeling, the more you will experience prosperity. And that's not just in the form of money, love. That's prosperity in all areas, relationship, circumstances. Like whatever prosperity it is, it's going to come as long as you stay true to the path. This is what a lot of people don't know. The more shadow work, the more internal work, the more spiritual work you do, you will actually develop a more prosperous life. Because everything develops from the inside out, or as above, so below, whatever the heck you want to call it. It's really inside out. So everything develops from the inside to the outside. And this is why you yourself think first and feel first, and then you act. Inside, outside. Okay, so you can't debunk what I'm saying. It's fucking like, I know how to read life. Okay, I don't really like to see bullshit. I don't really like to see anything else other than what's true, what's blue, what's right in front of you. Any messages or guidance for the collective to round up the reading? Surrender to the divine. You need to probably stop surrendering because it came out facing to the left, right? So it's facing to the left. This means you are overly surrendering. You're not taking charge of your life enough, right? So that Aries card, I was saying, impulsive energy and leadership energy, may not be that you're in that leadership energy, or you may be in that leadership energy, but you're also in that energy of like trying to like wait for things to happen or wait for divine timing type shit. So that's all that kind of vibe that card gives me. So you need to kind of stop waiting and start like planning, because I remember I was talking about jumping more into that Libra energy, you know, being more strategic about who you relate, what you relate to, so on and so forth. And then, you know, as well, you need to kind of start, once you've planned, you need to start more acting on your plans. So you may have a lot of plans, but you don't act on. You may have a lot of actions, but you don't plan. So you're going to align these two things, bring them into balance, and boom. And like I was saying before, with the areas facing to the left, it actually came out facing that way. What the fuck? That way. It actually came out facing that way. So to the left doesn't mean separating from that area's energy. Separating from that energy, or constantly taking action on things. Take a moment to think, plan, do your shadow work, release that negativity that came out that way. No, came out that way. Release that negativity vibes. Or release it, let go. You know you can do it. I know you can, and that's the way that we all do everything, like Peter Pan, you know, like, so you can stay young, you can stay youthful, you can stay beautiful, but only if you do your shadow work, love. If you just stay ugly internally, aka not do your shadow work, not work on your emotions, not work on your thoughts and feelings, and not build the right mind for you, then honey, you're gonna end up ugly as a mugly. And you may think to yourself, oh well, I don't care, I'm not vain. Okay, well, you know, that's alright. It's your life. But it all bends in from the internal to the external. So even if you don't care in some way, shape or form, it's a representation of what's going on here. But some of y'all won't hear me though, some of y'all might get upset. But that's alright, you know, like, I'm not here to babysit, to pander, to hold your hand, but I'm just here to give you the message, tell you how it is, tell you how it's going to be, tell you how it would be, tell you how it should be. And then come to me and give me some feedback, or you can't. But at the end of the day, I offer readings on my website, mystellar.co if you want to get a reading paid. $10 for 20 minutes. Well, better get in, because the prices may be subject to change. Nah, I can give a shit. If you want to get in, then get it. If you don't want to get in, then don't get it. But, you know, it's available, it's there. If you enjoyed the reading, then you know it's going to be accurate. You know it's going to be top. It's not going to be no drop. Drip, okay? The tap's dripping, the crap is sipping, and soon you will realize that the teapot is tipping. But if you don't pay attention, you don't use your awareness, love, then, you know, your hands will be gripping. And when your hands start gripping, honey, there ain't nobody that's gonna be lipping, because your lip is gonna be clipping. Okay, so don't get those hands gripping, then your lip won't be clipping, and nobody will be dripping like those taps. Those pots will be kettling, and at this point, I'm just saying a random words, low key, but it was fun while it lasted. I was just trying to do some shit, some little poetry. I used to write poems in school, so this little sneak peek, a little freestyle poetry right there. But yeah, that's how I do. You know, that's how I flew. That's how I came in with my plane, my airplane. I was like, shoo shoo. But I'm not a Native American. That's Native American hobbyism. So shout out to Dollar Parliament. Always respect the indigenous people of your land, the culture, the mental state that developed the land that you live on, because everything bends in from the mental to the physical. So what do you think fucking happened, bitch? They did not move to that country. They indigenized that country with their mentality, okay? And that's how you become indigenous. If you move to another country, that automatically makes you non-indigenous, right? So how we get to this point where somehow we're saying that some indigenous people will move from another country? That makes no fucking sense. Literally. Use your brain. Think through that thick skull. Okay? Because some people just don't be thinking. They've got so much yeast pumped up into their blood. They've got so much alcohol pumped up into their blood that they think they're thinking clearly, but shit be stupid coming out of this brain, okay? But like, you know, and I don't want to be no rude bitch, but like it's just how I see it. I see it and I say it. I play it and I want to replay it, you know, just so everybody knows, okay, this is what I played in the first place. I played this reality. I played this reality, and I went through the reality of being stupid. I went through the reality of being pumped up with yeast every single day, thinking that I was all good. But do you know what happened when I cut off yeast? I've never ever felt healthier in my whole entire life ever since I was a child. Okay, that shit was toxic. That shit's poison. You used to be pumping cancer into your vein. You'd be thinking that you're eating some kind of sustenance. Yeast is literally the first form of GMO. So like, it's something you definitely don't want to be in. Something you definitely want to stay away from. Something you definitely don't want to be eating. All right, but you know, a lot of people won't listen. A lot of people won't hear me though, and that's fine. But if you do hear me, you know, I'm here to show you my experiences with youth. So now you know, oh, actually, yeah, I knew all along that that was so bad for me, but I was kind of just waiting for someone else to tell me that that was bad for me. And then, boom, each one teach one. We're all living life better. Now, your blood's not full of yeast, my blood's not full of yeast, and then we can all live happily. My blood's flowing. I can feel it pumping to my head now. Back in the day, I never even felt it pumping, I swear. You probably don't even feel your blood pumping now if you eat a lot of yeast. You probably literally feel like when you exercise, like that little tiny rush of blood you get just from your heart area. You think that's like normal, right? Honey, I'm here to tell you, your blood's actually supposed to pump all the way to every part of your body when you exercise, when you get your blood really flowing. But because you know the yeast be slowing that shit down, making everything so rigid and block-like, because that's where it comes from. Yeast come from the colonizer, you know, place. So like the mentality that they're in square block mentality for them to be building square block buildings, square block monuments, square block streets, square block everything. So like they all use guys like in like square blocks. Even this room, like look at my wall, it's a square block. And then like now they bring over like this yeast and they say, oh look, see the bread, it's like round, it's round and nice and plump and it's squishy, so they make you think that it's not a square block, right? But it's actually a square block. What do they make a bread in? Look at the tin. Did you see that square block tin? Yeah, that's what I thought. Look at that square block tin. That's still square block shit. You're eating square blocks, and then you think, oh yeah, that's gonna help me because my body looks like a square block, doesn't it? Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Anyways, I don't know why I started talking about use, but you know, that's just my personal experience. You know, that shit's gonna make you into a square block, and then you can only think so far with your brain because your blood's not even pumping properly in your brain. I swear, I swear. Y'all think I'm just fucking making shit up out of thin air? Thin air. Y'all probably think I'm just making shit out of thin air with this stuff, but like, I can pull up the receipts. I just don't want to go deep into this topic in the video right now. I just want to give you a little rundown, a little testimony of my yeasty experience. You know, the yeast was the bane of my existence. That shit poisoned my whole entire system from head to toe. I was literally crippled. Like my bones were brittle. My blood my blood wasn't sitting right. My brain was non-existent. Because why? Because I was eating poison on a day-to-day basis, and not only just one piece of bread, two pieces of bread, three pieces of bread, four pieces of bread, five pieces of bread, bitch, a whole loaf in a fucking day. And then I walked out every day thinking that my life was going to be all G. No, babes, that's not how it works. You gotta eat healthy, you gotta eat raw, and that starts with cutting out yeast. But you know, if you really want to try it, you should try cut it out, right? This is what I did, which made me cut it out completely. If you really wanted to try it, every now and then, you could have like, you know, cut it out for like a couple of weeks, and then have it like maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, and just have a little bit of it, and then you'll start to pay attention to how it's actually affecting your body. But if you don't ever cut it out and you don't ever give the thing I go that I said, then you won't really know. So You know, it's up to you if you want to find out. But I'm telling you, it's definitely not something that you can ignore once you actually feel it. So yeah, peace. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. See you guys for the next video. You know, John O. Actually, my name's not John O anymore. That's an old dead version of me. So, you know, poetic soul, Mystar, Mystellar. Actually found out Mystar means advisor or someone who is a master of their craft, which I already knew it meant master, but I did not know it meant advisor, and a few other things that I've seen, like artist or something like that. Either way, you know, I'm loving it. McDonald's. Fuck McDonald's.